Hello everyone, in this video I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Shahbaz Gill to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Shahbaz Gill's words. First of all, the countdown. There are 67 days left until Field Marshal Asim Munir's retirement and the arrival of the new army chief in the country. You know, this is his second retirement. He's already asking for a second extension. That's why he and his associates are under severe pressure. That's why I say that the remaining days will be a daily circus. Every day there will be something new. A new conspiracy, a new lie, a new revelation, and the exposure of some new plot. Today, the same thing happened again because under pressure, the Field Marshal and his associates are doing something every day. Some are succeeding and some things are backfiring badly. Wadi Tira, the massacre happening there is also backfiring. Its current situation is now becoming clear to the public. Let me present a complete holistic picture before you. What exactly is happening? Why is Wadi important? How did these martyrdoms happen there? Did the explosives present on the ground really detonate? Why did the security agencies have to give misleading information? Why has the DG ISPR not yet shown his face on this matter? Why has the Pakistan Air Force not yet officially acknowledged this operation? No information has been released about it so far. We will discuss all these things. But first, let's talk about the official stance from the government of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. The official statement has come from the Chief Minister of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Mr. Gandapur. I will present his statement and then analyze it. His statement is that the government of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa has said the army is, according to its own constitution, conducting drone strikes against terrorists, using mortar shells and using aircraft. These are not within our control. We cannot stop it. Our stance is that these operations should be stopped. I must say, I would normally criticize Mr. Gandapur, as we often do, but today the very first word of his statement is commendable. He says the army is acting according to its own constitution. He is not saying according to Pakistan's constitution. What he's saying is that the current army leadership has made its own constitution. This is nothing new. They have already done this with the courts, with the February 8th elections, and with the May 9th incident. They have challenged the entire country's legal system. Their constitution is now their own. And truly, for the last 70 years, their constitution has been their own. Ayub Khan did the same. The army chief at that time behaved similarly with Mrs. Fatima Jinnah. The constitution was their own. In 1971, while following their own constitution, Pakistan was divided. Yahya Khan, then army chief, and later actions in Dhaka and East Pakistan were all according to their own constitution. Pakistan's constitution never allowed these things. Pakistan's constitution did not give Zia-ul-Haq the authority to impose martial law and then execute the country's elected prime minister. Pakistan's constitution did not allow Musharraf to do all those things, including selling out the country's citizens to foreign countries for dollars. Some present them as excellent generals, and maybe they had some merits, but overall, with apologies, they caused massive damage. Pakistan still cannot recover from that damage. Anyway, coming back, the Field Marshal has his own constitution. Today, Mr. Gandapur, in his statement, shines like a pearl. I praise him. He said the army, according to its own constitution, is using drones, mortar shells and aircraft against terrorists. The Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government has today fully confirmed that military operations are underway. Previously, the government was saying targeted operations were taking place. Obviously, the army will tell them whatever they want to hear because the government is not conducting the operations. If the army tells them they are doing targeted operations, then the generals and corps commanders will say the same, and that will be the government's stance. This is how it is everywhere. Today, the government has taken a clear position, and Mr. Gandapur has said our stance is clear, that these operations should be stopped. A chief minister can obviously say this. He has said it. Some concrete steps may follow, but let's leave that for the next time. Today he gave a bold and clear statement. He distinctly separated Pakistan's constitution from Asim Munir's own constitution. Praise is due for confirming the military operation inside the province and for separating his stance from it. Gandapur deserves credit for these three things. We will present some suggestions later on how he can further distance himself from this. People like Imran Khan keep telling him this repeatedly from jail, and we will also explain why this is happening. Anyway, the government of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa has confirmed the ongoing drone and air operations in the province. Collateral damage, that is, the martyrdom of innocent civilians, is just, well, completely unacceptable. Gandapur said they will not accept civilian casualties under any circumstances. Why are Imran Khan and others against these military operations and drone strikes? It's because of the collateral damage. Innocent people are dying. On one side, this is the current situation. On the other, Gandapur also said that on September 27th, at the Peshawar rally, there will be a detailed discussion about the military operations in the province. The entire province will gather to form an opinion. It will be said that, yes, you are conducting operations in the province, but it is causing harm to us. We stand with the people. Once again, they are distancing themselves from the current general's decision to carry out the operation. Now they are compelled to distance themselves. Obviously, politicians are on the ground. When they kill your people, the public will react to the killers and give feedback accordingly. So they are distancing themselves from the stance due to pressure, whatever the reason. But the bottom line is that the Chief Minister of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa has distanced himself from the ongoing military operation. Now, the open terrorism in Tahir is the height of cruelty. Different analysts say this. Under what law and humanity is aerial bombing on civilian populations at night being carried out? All are questioning this, but Akmal Wali, now the opposition leader, will obviously try to capitalize on this. I have been saying from day one there are many aspects to this, but one aspect is to discredit Imran Khan and his government. It will be said, you considered Imran Khan a savior, you voted for him, but during his government military operations are being conducted on you and no one is speaking up or stopping it. That's why we have been saying for months that military operations must be stopped. Yesterday, Murad Saeed also gave a similar message. My request to Murad Saeed, who is a strong voice from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, is to speak out clearly and strongly against these military operations daily. So it becomes clear that these military operations are unacceptable under any circumstances. Just as the Chief Minister has stated today, other leaders in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa should also not single out the Chief Minister alone, but take responsibility openly, especially those of us outside the country or not currently on the ground who are not at risk of arrest in the evening. Why don't they directly name Asim Munir? Why don't they criticize him by name? If they do not criticize him by name, there will be confusion, more space for these operations, and more activities aimed at discrediting Imran Khan's party in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Anyway, Akmal Wali has focused all his attention on the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government and has not spoken about the army. When we say the army, he's referring to the top generals. The army on the ground obviously obeys orders. They will do whatever commands they receive. So we are talking about the policies of the top generals. Akmal Wali has fully targeted the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government, saying their actions are causing funerals. They are united and deliberately carrying out massacres. They will be held accountable. They have heated the market of blood inside the province. The killings of civilians will never be forgiven. This is the narrative the opposition will want to take and gain traction from to become stronger in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. And this is exactly what Field Marshal Asim Munir and his associates want. They want another leadership inside Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, not Imran Khan. I have told you before that Imran Khan's life would have ended a long time ago if they were not afraid of the reaction from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and other provinces, especially Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. That's why they had to stop. Otherwise, after the assassination attempt, they would not have left any stone unturned. This is all being done to defame Imran Khan and his government there. Now let's move a bit further. These are the member of Provincial Assembly of Wadi Tira, Abdul Ghani. He is showing you on video in his own hands the missile fragments that were shot down by fighter jets. It was said that explosives exploded there. An elected MPA is holding those missile parts in his hands. When India throws something here, or when we throw something at India, it is shown to the media and to the whole world. Now, Abdul Ghani is showing the missile parts shot down by his own air force to the nation and trying to prove that security agencies spread false information and lies. No ammunition exploded inside any house. These missiles were shot down from above. It was an air attack, and because of it, those people were killed. This is not the first time Abdul Ghani has had to prove this or that security agencies are spreading completely false and opposite stories. Previously, on October 30th, 2006, yes, we have to go back. The then DG ISPR Major General Shaukat Sultan in Bajar, a drone attack happened. 69 children, yes, 69 children and 80 civilians were martyred. Listen again, 69 kids and 80 civilians were killed. The DG ISPR at that time gave a false statement in a press conference, calling everyone terrorists. Today in Wadi Tira, a very similar situation is happening. The difference is that back then there was some tolerance. Although false statements were made, Major General Shaukat Sultan himself had to come forward, but today that tolerance is gone, the pressure is gone. The DG ISPR has not even owned up to this incident. The Air Force has not owned it either. No one is coming forward to make a statement. Security agencies are running their own narrative through tickers on TV, broadcasting their own version. Today, the media is under even more control than during Musharraf's era. Pakistan's dictatorship today is beyond what it was in Musharraf's time. Now, if we go a little further with this issue, we have, a whole batch of information from social media and the media. The names and photographs of everyone involved, from the brigadiers to the major generals and the officers responsible for conducting this operation, have been sent to us. But once again, as I told you, I have a perspective. Institutions are never wrong. Institutions are national. They belong to the nation. Similarly, the army is our institution. It is our property. Our goal is not some agenda to defame our army. Therefore, I will leave those names and pictures aside. I will not get caught up in that. After all, we now consider them non-state actors. But still, because this army is ours, I will be very cautious here. I will not keep the names and pictures of officers at the lower levels in my view. Although these have been sent to us and are everywhere on social media, still we will be cautious, and we will only go as far as the Corps Commander of Peshawar, because everyone knows that he commands the entire area. We will not go into the details of the brigadiers, major generals and colonels from below whose details have been sent to us. Our thinking is that their lives could be in danger after that. We will act responsibly here. But you also have to realize your responsibility. Traffic never runs one way. It's not possible that you keep violating everything, but expect only from the other side. So far you have been violating everything. Still, we will not forget our national duty. Therefore, I will only stick to the Corps Commander, Lieutenant General Umar Ahmed Bukhari. I will not go towards the names and pictures of officers below him. The reason is that the list was served on social media, showing who is responsible and whose orders these operations are based on, and from whom accountability should be sought. This has become a current situation. The public has become so aware due to social media, and the topics are being discussed with such clarity. Now we have to think about Field Marshal Asim Munir, who is giving final approval for everything. What is being done with our own citizens? These are the names of the officers sent before me, but we are ignoring and avoiding them, moving forward. False statements and fabricated propaganda on the Tira incident can neither affect national security nor the great sacrifices of the army. This is being continuously emphasized by security agencies. Listen once again. Instead of the DG ISPR coming forward and saying that this was an operation and these were terrorists, and admitting that a mistake happened, a misfire happened, or an error occurred, they do not give proof. We all support them on this because whenever the army works on such national issues, our support is included. Instead of coming forward and showing their face, they have a full support system behind them, the entire institution. I am talking about the ISPR department. It faces the situation, but under the name of security agencies, they are running their lines, and these lines, when read, will make people feel worse. The false statements and fabricated propaganda on the Tira incident can neither affect national security nor the great sacrifices of the army. This is what the security agencies are running now. They should tell us, since when speaking the truth became propaganda and became against national security. Are all the people in Tira lying? Is the local MPA lying? Are the Mujahideen's groups fake? Are the 25 martyrdoms fake? Are the martyrdoms of children and women fake there? Don't behave like this. Say something that soothes the wounds. Say something that is moderate, that unites rather than divides. This is my request to you. Then today we researched whether India ever carried out any fighter jet attacks in occupied Kashmir. You know the atrocities India has committed, no doubt about that. The Indian army has imposed such tyranny in occupied Kashmir. It is an occupied force. Obviously, I will not compare it much because it is completely cruel. They have turned occupied Kashmir into a jail, and the examples of their atrocities might only be found with Israel. No other country has the courage to commit such atrocities. So I won't draw parallels here, but only one aspect in occupied Kashmir. Although an enemy army maintains control, they have never bombed their own citizens with fighter jets. On our side, this has happened, is happening, and this is a no-go area. We should not go so far. It will worsen the situation, not improve it. As for KP's leadership, I want to request and urge you one last time before moving to the next topic. Ali Amin Gandapur alone cannot carry your weight. He too should do much more. There is no doubt about that. A resolution should be passed in the Assembly, laws should be made there, and they should get laws made from the Cabinet. Everyone should come together and make strong statements. You can expect a lot from them. They can go to court and do a lot. But still, it is the responsibility of the whole KP leadership, as well as the entire Pakistan leadership, to speak out on this. They should talk openly. But I think those closest to the fire feel it more. At least the people of KP, they spoke as clearly as Gandapur spoke today. No one else is visible speaking with such clarity. I always criticize him, and probably will continue to do so tomorrow and the day after. But today, what he said is true. The current army leadership is doing everything under the Constitution, and this is happening, and we are not just losing lives. This clarity should be appreciated. Moving on, there is another aspect of this whole matter that I want to share with you. Why is terror important? First, there was terrorism. 25 people died. Earlier, a mortar shell exploded. Remember, a child was martyred in response. People went to the brigade headquarters, military officers fired bullets on them, and people were martyred. This is the background. But when you look at international news, you find that Tira is a very beautiful place in the post area of Wadi. Tira is very fertile. Post-production in Tira Wadi can be among the best in the world, and is happening now as well. That's why our intelligence is that what we see in the media and international media, that large-scale post-cultivation in Tira Wadi is either ongoing or possible. In this situation, we have to see the importance of this entire region. When post-cultivation happens, this is a billion-dollar matter. When billions of dollars are involved, many different stakes will be involved. Many will want to control Tira Wadi. Terrorists will want it. The Pakistani state will want it, and businessmen who want to invest money in the post will also want it. So, on one side there are innocent poor people, on the other side is the post, and the money generated from the post. So please understand where the roots of what is happening in Wadi Tira lie, and where they can go. We must look at this with a very deep perspective. These dots must be connected. This case will not go away so easily. Next, I quickly present the news. Today, all limits of shamelessness have been crossed. After the Adat case, Pakistan's history has seen another despicable case. I had told you earlier, but I said then too, that this petition is a shameful act by our intelligence agencies. But when it goes to court, no judge would be so shameless as to pick it up and throw it in the trash. But to my surprise, I said we are falling every day, and it seems we cannot fall any lower. And the next day it is proven that our shamelessness is even deeper. Today, Justice Tahir said that no, we can fall lower than this. This Moeed Watan citizen had filed this petition. His name is Shahid Yaqub. Obviously ISI or MI was behind him. His petition, or in common terms, is that Imran Khan and Bushra, wife and husband, have such sexual relations that arrangements should be made to meet them separately, so that they can maintain their conjugal relations. That is their level. Shahid Yaqub has nothing to do with Imran Khan or PTI or Bushra or Imran Khan's family. Such a disgusting petition has been filed. Husband and wife is a relationship of respect according to our religion. Please note to what level our agencies have fallen just to remove criticism from the Field Marshal, just so that no talk happens about him, his extension or his retirement. You will keep seeing such circus and shenanigans every day. This is a very shameful act. But I feel most sad for Justice Arbab Tahir. This is the same judge who a few months ago wrote a letter to the Supreme Court and Supreme Judicial Council with other judges stating that his father was abducted from Kotha, and despite that, he stood on the right path. But now, I don't know what happened to him. Therefore, I will still use cautious language about him. But at least today, or tomorrow, he tries to stand with the truth. The same agencies he accused of abducting his father from Kotha and taking him to Islamabad forcibly to make him decide against Imran Khan. Today, he has joined hands with those agencies. Today, not only did he hear this petition, but he passed orders and notices, smiling in the court. They could have asked him directly what local study he had, why he was filing this petition. Are you Bushra's brother? Are you Imran Khan's brother-in-law? This Shahid Yaqub should have been asked if he has a sister who is supposed to marry Imran Khan, because he is worried that her conjugal relations are maintained properly, so that when she marries my sister, those conjugal relations will continue and the president's seat will be set. Imran Yaqub should have been asked what interest he has in this petition and why he is filing it. But Justice Arbab Tahir kept smiling instead of asking and passed notices, effectively continuing the case. Everyone is shocked. Lawyers, the whole High Court. They wonder what suddenly happened to Justice Arbab Tahir. People are even alleging that after Justice Sarfraz Dogar, he was bribed with the promise of becoming Chief Justice of Islamabad High Court under the 26th Constitutional Amendment. This is not a small matter, but a serious one. Anyway, it is a very shameful and disgraceful act. I can say no act can be more shameful than what happened today. That wraps up our translation of Shahbaz Gill's video. I hope this English version helped you understand his message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.